This is Ready, Set, Reiki, a podcast about Reiki, the universal energy life force, from the curious beginner to the seasoned master teacher, welcoming all systems, all lineages, and all levels. Reiki is a journey and not a destination. And on this Ready, Set, Reiki journey, I refer to myself as a guide rather than a host, as I too am traveling, supporting others, and learning on this Reiki journey as well. And with that said, I am your guide, Tracy C. Wright. Now joining me today is Erica Tokach. She is a certified Reiki Master Teacher and a life coach based in Arizona. As the owner of Reiki Fairy Meditation Studio, she offers meditation classes, Reiki trainings, and personalized energy healing sessions. Certified since 2015 and teaching since 2018. Now, Erica has studied under William Lee Rand and holds certifications in Usui Reiki, traditional Reiki, and holy fire. Through both her studio and online platforms, she is dedicated to helping others heal, grow, and find their inner peace. Erica, also known as the Reiki Fairy, welcome to Ready, Set, Reiki.
Thank you. Thank you, Tracy, for having me today. I appreciate this opportunity.
Wonderful. Well, let's begin our journey together. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I live in Arizona. I've been here since 1997. I grew up on the East Coast, and then I came out my high school year and my senior year and absolutely loved it and couldn't imagine living anywhere else. It's kind of interesting how intuition can bring us to a place. I remember in like third and fourth grade drawing pictures of cactuses and palm trees and sunsets and, and never knew where these images were coming from until I ended up here in Arizona. So it's kind of a neat story. And then now I live here. I'm married. I have 3 beautiful daughters and I have 2 grandsons, and I'm just living the dream here in Arizona.
Beautiful, beautiful. I love that for you.
Thank you.
So, when did Reiki come into your life? Did you find Reiki or did Reiki find you?
That's a very interesting story. I think that when I found Reiki, I was teaching meditation. So my story kind of ends up like it begins with a meditation journey. I had crippling anxiety, and I knew that I needed tools to help through that. And meditation seemed to be a tool that worked for me to get out of that. And so I live in a very rural town, so there wasn't a lot offered here for me to get meditation. And so I said, hey, you know what? I'm going to go to the biggest city near me and get trained and certified myself so I can bring it back to our community because it works so well. After that, I was going to a meditation workshop and I heard about Reiki, and I knew that I needed to hear about it because I knew that I was already experiencing it. That universal life force, which we all do have 20% before we even get attuned Reiki, which is interesting that I was already feeling it. And then after that, then that's when I just knew I have to get trained. I have to get certified. And so I did. And after that, it's just, it's been a blessing.
Oh, wow. And that's amazing that something that you were struggling with yourself, that you were thinking of also, how could you help others?
Yeah.
I mean, what a blessing that is to take something to try to work on yourself, but at the same time, you want to go out and help others, through those challenges. Beautiful. Thank you for that. Mm-hmm. So you have been certified since 2015. You've been teaching since 2018. You've been out and you are also on TikTok. That is how I connected with you. So as you are out, as you are navigating this wonderful, beautiful landscape of Reiki, what is a common misconception about your work?
Yeah, so I think that there's a lot of conjecture on Reiki, being part of religion, being part of, witchcraft. People have all kinds of assumptions on it. And although there's many people that practice Reiki that have all different walks of life where it comes with religious beliefs, I like to say we wouldn't ask our physical therapist or our doctor what their religion is. It's just not, it's a healing modality, and that's what we're doing. So I think that that would probably be one of the biggest misconceptions with Reiki. It doesn't really belong to any religion. So, yeah.
Right. And that's an interesting point that you make because, like I went to go get a massage on Sunday and I didn't even ask her, hey, what's your
Yeah,
religion? Right. Like modalities where you lay hands on someone. Like if you go
exactly.
to the podiatrist, you're not going to ask him, what religion are you? Right. Or
Yeah,
reflexology. So interesting
yeah.
point. Yep.
And another thing too, I think that another misconception is people they worry, well, what if my Reiki practitioner is feeling sick that day? Or what if
Mhm.
they're having some of their own mental issues? Well, Reiki, with our attunement, we are conduit with it. But that's all that we are. We're not giving an energy exchange. So, actually, when your Reiki practitioner is giving Reiki, you're receiving Reiki from the universal life force, but also your Reiki practitioner is as well. So it's very individualized, even though we're doing it together. So, yeah.
Very good. So you are out helping others through meditation, through Reiki. You've been helping individuals through their biggest challenges and struggles as a life coach. But what has been the biggest challenge or rather struggle you've had to face in your own healing journey?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So besides having the crippling anxiety, I also struggled with substance abuse, and
Mm.
I'm in recovery, 11 years clean and sober, and Reiki and meditation were definitely a big part of my journey. Yeah, and that's something that I didn't realize that something could be so profound and help somebody that I was at rock bottom, and
Mm.
then again later on in 2017, 2018, I started getting really sick. My body started failing on me, and the doctors didn't know really, they didn't have answers. And then eventually they had found out that I had autoimmune. And this was very frustrating for me at that point in my life because I had quit drinking. I had quit. I don't do anything bad. So I was like, why, if I'm doing everything to benefit my body, why is it giving up on me? And so I really had to dive in deep and get into the Reiki principles and get some rigorous honesty. Am I doing everything that I can? And I wasn't, there were some things that I was just getting kind of complacent with. So I started my 21-day Reiki self treatment. And sure enough, that, and then, having such a beautiful support system too. And also, I think something that we tend to do, I know for me back then, I was taking every day for granted, and I was laying in bed and being poor me, and this and that and angry, and really not taking into account I'm here and I'm still alive, and there's still a lot for me to do. There's still a lot of life to live, And so
Yeah.
I think that those Reiki principles, they help us live just for today, and that I think is just, yeah. So,
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
yeah,
Thank you for sharing that, and congratulations on your sobriety of
thank
11
you.
years. Very,
Thank
very well
you.
done there. But isn't this interesting in your journey? This happened in 2018 when you began teaching. So perhaps these shifts were happening in your world to get
Yeah,
you to the point where you could teach and help others to elevate as well. So yeah,
definitely.
yeah. And it's just wonderful theme in your life that as you're um, shifting and changing, as you're elevating, you're still dedicated to helping others heal and
Yeah.
grow and find their inner peace. That's what I love. It's truly a Reiki fairy, right?
Thanks.
So, what do you wish your younger self knew about Reiki?
I think that when I look at it, I wouldn't want my younger self to know about it because I was such a mess. I was such a mess and I needed to be a mess and I needed life to happen to me to be open to
Mhm.
it to the extent that I was, that I like understand how powerful Reiki energy is and how healing it can be. And I think that if my younger self had it, I think I would have taken it for granted. I would have appreciated it, but not like how I appreciate it. Now I know it's the key to everything. It really is.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So, when it is time for you to get an energetic tune up, what are some qualities that you look for in a Reiki practitioner?
Yeah. So I like it all. I really do. I like it all. I like because everybody has their own style of Reiki, and it's just, even though we all, we all have holy fire or Sui traditional or wherever our certification came from, but we all develop our energy in such unique ways. And so I think that what I would probably look for maybe is, I guess I would look for somebody that's personable, that's gonna make me happy and smile, because
Mhm.
I already know that the Reiki, it doesn't matter how long you've been trained. You could have a week of training and be just as good as, somebody that has years and years of it. And so because it isn't really the practitioner at that point. It's really the life force energy and what it's willing to do for your body. So I guess it would just be somebody that's personable and kind and loving, because of that physical aspect of, I want to just know somebody else. So yeah.
Right, right. And people tend to forget that Azui Sensei, 4 years, four
Uh-huh.
years,
Yeah.
and look at the work and how this has continued from
Yeah.
those 4 years. So don't
Exactly.
look at it in the matter of time where look at it just how it feels, how that
Yeah.
person is, what
Exactly.
resonates with you.
Yeah. Definitely.
So, what advice would you give someone who's just entering this profession?
Entering the profession. Well, one thing that I would say, I like to go back to even just an instructor, like who you're going to get to certify you. Look for somebody that their energy resonates with you, that their message resonates with you. I could sit here and try to sell courses all day to people, but if the energy doesn't resonate with my student, I want them to find somebody that they feel like that's home. Like, I've known this person, I feel their energy, and that's who I love their message and I align with that message. It should always start with that, that's my belief. And then I think that somebody that is starting then after certification, do not let the symbols get in the way. A lot of times people get very intimidated by that.
Mm.
I don't. And then also the biggest thing is that imposter syndrome. There's a lot of Reiki practitioners that are beautiful healers. But if you ask them, hey, you got certified 9 months ago, what are you doing with it? You'll hear some of them say, I haven't done it. I've done my self-treatment, but I haven't really worked on anybody. And you ask them why, and they're like, well, I don't know if my energy is really working or not. And there's all these barriers, and it's really just self-doubt, because the energy is there. And again, it's life force is going to come down when life force needs to come down, and it's as easy as that. So
Very
yeah.
good. Very good. So, what books do you recommend? And these can be Reiki, meditation, whatever book has helped you on your journey.
Yeah. So I like the Four Agreements. I'm really big on
Oh,
that.
that's good.
I think that the philosophy there is beautiful. But for Reiki books, I of course like anything Holy Fire by William Lee Rand. And then I love Anne Baldwin. She is a professor from the U of A, and she uh, has done so much research on making Reiki more relevant in the medical fields too. And she really had to do a lot to do this. And she has a book. It's the Reiki. scientific evidence-based approach. And what I like about that is because there are a lot of skeptics out there, the science world, the medical world, and so I think that she does a nice job with bridging the two together. So then, you do see more Reiki practitioners in the medical field or going to the hospitals or being there for hospice. So she's done a lot of work, and I feel like without enough credit.
Yeah, always the way, they don't get enough credit, but
Yeah.
one day she will.
Yes. Yeah.
So what other services do you offer? Do you offer classes, events, trainings?
Yeah, I do. So I do at my meditation studio, I do meditation classes and Reiki sessions, but then also I do go at least twice a year to different parts of the country to teach Reiki. I was in the Poconos over the summer. That was really nice. And then in California for Reiki level 1 and level 2. And then I host Reiki level 1 and 2 workshops at my studio here in Arizona. But I also do a lot online. I really am grateful for Zoom. The fact that, we can do so much these days. It used to be if I attuned somebody for distance attunements, they had to do a lot of research and learning on their own. And then there was a lot of phone calls and this and that. And now that we have Zoom, I just think that it's such a nice way to really interact with the students before
Right.
giving them their attunements.
Right. Well, that's probably the silver lining there with COVID for sure.
Yes. Yeah.
So where can we find you? Online, in person, if someone's interested in booking a session or taking a training from you?
Okay, so ReikiFairy.com is definitely a good start. There's a lot of information there. Now, if you're just wanting Reiki, I do a lot of free Reiki online too with TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. So, yeah, I really believe that if you just type in Reiki Fairy, it will lead you to a lot. So,
Very good. Very good. Well, this ends the first part of our journey, and I'm going to continue to be your guide through the next session, which is the social media questions from listeners and from Reiki students. So here we go. Number 1, have you seen an increase in clients by doing TikTok lives?
yes, I have definitely. Definitely. It's been really nice. The TikTok community has been absolutely a blessing. That I did recently, 2 years ago, I was able to retire from I was a substance abuse counselor the past 8 years. And so I was able to retire because of the TikTok community,
Oh,
and all their
wonderful.
support. Yeah.
Right. And I know through TikTok, definitely, like, my children know what Reiki is
That's so
because
awesome.
they're able to see that. So
Yeah.
they're not, that generation's not going to have the stigma that we've endured with it. So it's going to be
Mhm.
interesting to see how this goes in 10
Yeah,
years. So yeah, it
exactly.
really made it out there. So that was
Uh-huh.
a silver lining with that.
Yeah.
Num- Number 2, can you tell me about your Reiki Fairy Glow team?
Oh yeah. So Reiki Fairy Glow Team, I love that. One of our subscribers came up with that name, and I just think it's beautiful. So we do have the Reiki Fairy Glow Team, and that is on ReikiFairy.com. And what they get is it's a community, but also we do I put a free mini course on once a month, just a recording where I talk about a main chakra. And then also they get like a guided meditation, one that's just for them, for the subscribers. And then I try to put together some specialized content too for them also. So, and on TikTok, it can get a little wild because they're part of that too. And that one, I do like a hum along game, and I
Mhm.
hum a song, and then they have to guess it. And then after that, then usually we'll do like a tarot reading, or I'll do a giveaway for that. So that's what the Glow team is.
Okay. And how do you sign up for that?
So you can sign up on the website, reikifairy.com, or else you can also sign up through TikTok subscriptions. Yeah.
Great. All right. Well, in addition to your Reiki Fairy Glow team and your classes, now I've seen you do this on your lives. You also sell Reiki bracelets?
Oh yeah, I do. Yes. Yes. Thank you. That's kind of a big deal for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah, so some of my Reiki bracelets are bracelets that I just place Reiki on, I channel through, and then I do treatment of Reiki. And then there's the regular chakra bracelets, the 7 chakras that I hand make those, and then I channel Reiki. And those are really dear to my heart because one, when I was working as a substance abuse counselor, in between my clients, when I would need to decompress myself, I had a thing of beads in there and I would make bracelets, and we have like
Wow.
a small community market page. And so I would meet people on my lunch breaks and sell bracelets. And so it's kind of become like a really neat thing that now there's just a lot more people getting them.
Right. Wonderful. And you
Yeah.
can purchase those on your webpage, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. All right. Number 3, what are the benefits of working with an RMT meditation life coach?
Yeah. So I think with a Reiki master, just working with one, usually they'll help you with finding ways to work with your energy, because we're all made up of energy. And sometimes when we have stored energy, if we're feeling fatigued and tired or drained and we don't know where that's coming from, usually a Reiki master can help you figure out what's going on. And also, life coaching can build you a nice little, almost like a treatment plan. What is it that you're going to do? What are your goals that you want to see and outcomes? And just kind of give you guidance and bring you through this Reiki journey. And it's a different way of living. It's not really counseling. It's not really, you know, uh, like I don't feel like when I work with somebody it's life coaching, because I feel like we're working as a team. I never feel like I'm talking to somebody. I feel like I'm talking with them through their journey, and we have that beautiful dialogue back and forth. And so there's not really that, well, I have to wait until next week, for my appointment. There's hey, I'm just going to send her a text and see if this is normal, and then I'll send a message back. And so I really like that part of it.
Right,
Yeah,
right. So just a beautiful collaboration
it
together.
really is. Yeah, exactly.
Very good. Well, that was our last question. And as we were talking, is there anything you might have forgotten or something that you would like to share with the listeners? The floor is yours.
Yeah, I feel like you've done such a great job asking me questions. And really, at the beginning of this, I shared that I was like kind of scared because I don't really do podcasts,
Mhm.
and made it completely easy. I
Yeah,
feel like I've been hanging out with, a
yeah.
long time friend. So thank you
Yeah,
so
thank you.
much.
Yes. And when I saw you on TikTok, I was so excited and I watched your live. So everyone check her out on TikTok, check out her website, lots of wonderful offerings. Well, Erica, thank you so much for joining me on this journey. I know you've been so, so busy. We've had this set for months.
Yeah, yeah.
That's how busy she is. But I was patient and I waited. So, all
Thanks.
right. Well, thank you so much. All right, my wonderful listeners. If you would like your question featured on Ready Set Reiki, reach out at www.readysetreiki.com or check me out on social media. Also, check out Feather Sister, which offers yoga and a variety of yoga trainings and Reiki trainings in online and in the El Paso area. I'm Tracy Seawright, and this has been Ready Set Reiki.